Hello, everyone, and this is an unscripted demonstration of the ability to use your ZCAM to basically have four methods of monitoring using your phone. But one of my favorite features of that camera is the ability to use your phone as a monitor. First method I'll be using is the, of course, wireless, using an antenna. I lost my original antenna, but any good antenna that you can find on Amazon. The second method would be a USB base, and I've purchased some high quality USB C. I believe this one I'm using is a Thunderbolt actually, 250 40 watt USB or Thunderbolt, but get a high quality USB cable. The third approach I'll be looking at is basically using the Ethernet, which is actually one of my favorite methods for using the phone to monitor. We'll be using an Ethernet adapter, a USB C to Ethernet, and you're going to be using probably a 1 inch or something like that, Cat 5, Cat 7, Cat 8 Ethernet cable. It's one of my favorite methods. Like I said, I use this the most. Lower latency, faster data rate, everything. And the final method is basically using the HDMI, the age-old HDMI. But if you're going to use it with a phone, you're going to use a capture card. Method one, Wi-Fi. So this is the standard marketed method, basically using the built-in Wi-Fi features of the ZCAM, and you connect your Wi-Fi antenna and you'll turn on your Android. And in this case, you're going to have to go into the ZCAM app, of course. Make sure that when you turn on your ZCAM, you go into the Wi-Fi settings and you select the ZCAM Wi-Fi option and enable that option. Then you're going to go into your mobile device and go to your Wi-Fi connection on your mobile device and select the ZCAM that will come up. Once that happens, sometimes this happens when you select ZCAM, it does not connect. So again, make sure that on your device you see the ZCAM wireless, select it, and once you select that, in my case, I think I already selected it, and from there you can go ahead and proceed to connect to the ZCAM camera via Wi-Fi. Method 2, USB-C. The second method is basically using the USB-C cable, and you're going to connect to your USB-C on the back of your ZCAM, and you'll proceed to connect it to your phone or the mobile device. It operates basically the same premise as the Wi-Fi in the sense that when you connect it, it's just basically a wired connection version of the wireless. You turn on your camera, and then once you of course you'll go into your settings, and when you go into your camera settings, make sure you have a USB set to host, and it's as simple as that. So once you connect your USB-C to the back of the ZCAM, you're good to go into the phone, and you're golden. Method number 3, Ethernet. As I shared before, this is one of my favorite methods. You will need an Ethernet USB-C to Ethernet adapter, of course, and Ethernet cable. You connect your USB-C to the Ethernet adapter to your phone, and then of course you plug in your Ethernet cable to the adapter and into the back of the ZCAM that has an Ethernet port. The good thing about this method is that you can get any size Ethernet cable. So sometimes if you want to have a monitor at a distance, you can use your Ethernet cable. Then you proceed to your phone. Sometimes you get this error message, ZCAM app. So what you do is you go into the settings on the ZCAM and you scan Eagle. It will detect the IP address or the ZCAM Ethernet port, and then you select it, and then you go back into live control, and you should have connection. Method number 4, using a capture card. Now this method can be used for any camera with any phone. So I'm applying that same approach to the ZCAM. You get a USB-C to capture card connected to your phone. And in this case, you won't be using the ZCAM app. You're going to use a third-party app. Connect your HDMI cable from the back of the capture card into the HDMI of your ZCAM. And I use a camera app called Monitor Plus. It's an awesome app. Once you plug it in, it detects a USB-C. You select it, and boom. This app is very professional. Now, they have the free version, but I paid for this one. It's a one-off. I mean, I think at the time it was on a special. It could be around $20 US or less. I think I got it on special, one time purchase. But it has lots of features. It has lots of false colors, aspect ratio, focus peaking, all the bells and whistles that you'd find on a monitor. And I really, really do recommend this app. So if you want to use that approach where you want to use a phone and use the capture card and you use your HDMI, and then you can use this app. There are other apps you can use, and that's the good thing about this. You don't have to be stuck to any particular app. You can get one of your preference. So like I said, I really do like this Monitor Plus app. There is another app. It's called Next Camera app. It's very basic, but it really works. I believe it's free, and has basic features like exposure, stuff like that. Like, pretty good app. I must basic straightforward, has all the features. And there are another app, USB camera. It's a very, very basic app. It just does nothing but monitor. It's simple. So if you want to use that, there are that, and I believe there are other apps, especially for the iOS, you can experiment with. Now there's a bonus tip. One of the issues with using a phone is the powering. You're going to be only dependent on the battery life of the phone. But there are methods. I use a splitter cable. What that splitter cable do is a USB-C that allows you to do the connections like normal, like all the other options. I'm using the Ethernet example. So the Ethernet is connected, and I use a USB. Unfortunately, it uses a USB-A type port, but I believe there may be USB-C types. And then that other connection is more like a PD, power delivery. And that one you'll connect either to a power bank or maybe a NPF, those NPF batteries that actually allow USB. And then once you connect everything, you will have charging capabilities. So you'll have the ability to have your camera as a monitor and provide and supply it with additional power. You have one of those circumstances or situation where you're going to have hours of shoots, like events and concerts and stuff like that, and you can use a power bank. I hope this was helpful. It's a simple, unscripted tutorial, or just a little video to help those out trying to figure out what options I can use to power my phone and use my phone as a monitor on my ZCAM.